We are back low with some more Final Fantasy 14. We're going to continue on with this mission. So right now we are offering the steaks to the hungry soldiers. We ought at least receive a hearty meal before we march off and die in this forsaken waste. Is that a fresh cooked steak? Helon's blessings be upon you, my friend. Mud puppy meat or no, it's the most delicious food ever in Fortnite. Now we gotta go up. Ever must return substance. Oh wait, no. I gotta go down. Right? Yeah. It feels wonderful to see everyone in such high spirits. Amazing what good food can do to morale, eh? Ah, but I've forgotten about the hard-working Chirigans in the infirmary. So rarely do they take their meals here in the hall. Mind taking this steak to Sonota. She's doubtless so preoccupied with the health of her patients that she's neglected to attend to her own. Beg your pardon, sir, but I am busy attending to this man. I will be with you in a moment. Is that... Come to think of it, it has been quite a while since I last ate. I suppose it wouldn't hurt to have a nibble. Oh, my, that's fantastic. Thank you so much. I'll eat the rest right away. Might I have a word with you, Ryuk? It concerns the Chirigians. After speaking with them earlier, I learned that they lack sufficient alembics for their needs, you see. So I used some of their broken equipment to help me recover my memories, since working with my hands kindled familiar feelings. All I required to complete the device as the cause of 3 ice sprites that were commonly used to reduce the temperatures of alchemical mixtures. There is a way to alter their properties so that they draw the cold within rather than the radiate without. It must sound ridiculous to you, impossible even, yet somehow I know it will work. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta go upstairs. I gotta go upstairs even more. Have you obtained the cores? If so, please show them to me. What an amazing device! But is it truly an elixir? I've never seen its likes before. I too am unsure what to make of this machine. While certainly impressive, I have no idea how to make use of it. Nevertheless, if it is as effective as it claims, it will be a great boon to the infirmary. Think of the medicines you could create, the lives you could save. Even so, I wonder, worthy the kindly stranger, bearer of gifts wondrous and strange, for his generosity comes at cost. Their earnest efforts are but a means to an as yet unknown end. Moreover, you should be wary of associating with individuals who have been interfered with the questioning of a suspected heretic, or heretic. They did what? Bless you, Inquisitor, for coming along when you did. We almost succumbed to the temptation preferred by these unbelievers. Why does that man detest us so? Is it all because we interrupted Lord Frenzel's trial? Whatever his reasons, he clearly means to oppose us at every turn. Before we can persuade Lord Drillamons to help us, it seems we must convince Inquisitor Guillaume that we are not his enemy. But just how might we go about doing that? We know little and less about the good Inquisitor, despite him being such a prominent figure in Coetus. Perhaps we should learn more by speaking with the people of Reborn front. Share your findings with Alphino in the square. I'm sure he can formulate a strategy from there. Inquisitor Guillaume? Yes, of course. I know him. Alas, I have not seen him since the day he came to Reborn front several moons ago. My memory is somewhat muddled, but I recall that a blizzard nearly buried us in snow that day, and I had the ill fortune of being assigned to the night watch. While the stronghold slept, we walked the walls and patrolled the exterior in the darkness black as pitch. My route took me outside the eastern gate at one point, where I caught sight of a silhouette illuminating by the light of the city. Thinking it was a wayward traveler, I cried out and gave chase, but slipped and took a terrible fall. When I woke, it was days later in this very bed where I have lain recuperating from my injuries ever since. I had tried to rescue him, but in the end Inquisitor Guillaume rescued me, carrying my unconscious body to the gates. I owe him my life, sir, and I hope to one day repay his kindness. Inquisitor Guillaume. Huh. I have the foggiest of whom you speak, unbeliever. We have learned of your deeds at Rich Drop. I will not be party to whatever dastardly schemes you have hatched against the Inquisitor. Away with you. Under Inquisitor Guillermin's wrathful gaze, unprecedented numbers of heretics have been unmasked and brought to justice. They say he goes days without sleep, so great is his devotion. Blessed are we to have such a goodly, righteous man to protect us. The Holy See has decreed that the Inquisitors are the arbiters of Halone's will. They are to be afforded every courtesy and the utmost respect. In case you have yet to notice, my attire is ill-suited to this climate. I realized this soon after our arrival, but paid it no mind, as I hoped we might find the Enterprise far faster. Instead, we've wasted far too much time meddling in local affairs. Never mind. Our journey is almost at an end. All that remains is to deal with this irksome Inquisitor. Sid tells me you have been busy making inquiries, yes? It should come as no surprise that he is held in high regard. Even so, I am beginning to suspect he has other reasons for hindering us now. Let us more closely review the testimonials you obtained, Ryuk. Mayhap they will provide insight into Inquisitor Guillermin's motivations. Something troubles me about that wounded knight's account. He claims he felt chasing a figure in the darkness that he saw outside the eastern gate, yes? But the main road leads to the southern west gate. Since we've arrived in White Brim Front, I've seen no travelers arrive by the eastern gate. Moreover, he said he glimpsed a silhouette illuminating by the light of the city, which would imply that the Inquisitor came from north of the eastern gate, not south. But it cannot be so. That way lies not but a deep chasm. Assuming Sir Jolant is not misremembering, the Inquisitor's behavior that night makes absolutely no sense, at least to me. Mayhap retracing his steps will shed light on this mystery. Okay, if I can find a way out of here. Ah, yes. It's down here, but I'm gonna die. Never my health to get back up really quick. Alright. Alrighty. You found something, didn't you? Well, don't keep me waiting in suspense. Let's see it. Given the contents of this encyclical, I believe you have just made the acquaintance of the real Inquisitor Guilherme. Newly come to Cortez and murdered on the day of his arrival. Yes, it would have been a simple thing to assume his identity, for even if he were to believe or behave oddly, who would dare question the wisdom of a papal appointment? Still, while this is incontrovertible proof that the Inquisitor is an impostor, we have yet to discern his true identity, or why he has decided to oppose us. We must proceed quickly, Ryuk, before he learns that his deception has been discovered. Since Lord Julamont has already been turned against us, I fear that this encyclical alone will not serve to convince him of our claims. But what might persuade a man so quickly to disregard the endorsements of two high houses? The cook did say that the Lord listens to and respects the opinions of his knights. If a certain knight were to prove testimony that supports our claim, yes, mayhap that is the only way left to us. Confront Sir Jolat with the evidence you discovered and see if it helps him to recall the truth of that night. As a man of faith, he may find it difficult to cope with such a horrifying revelation. Nevertheless, we must do everything within our power to secure the enterprise. Oh, you have returned. Is there something else you want to ask? The Inquisitor is an impostor. Don't be preposterous. That could not possibly be true. He is a paragon of virtue, a dedicated servant from the Fury. You would have me believe that this is all a lie? If you are so certain that your ludicrous story is true, then go and speak with Sir Prunella. She was at the Eastern Gate that night, and she helped the Inquisitor carry me here. But I will never speak against the man who saved my life. You! I do not believe I know you, sir. Pray move along and trouble me no more. Are you in the habit of handing bloody documents to strangers? Why would you show me such a dreadful thing? I know not of it, not at all. You know, don't you? Fury takes me. I prayed this day would come. When Sir Jolat gave chase, I followed close behind. He didn't fall. One of those Ravanian abominations lashed out at him, nearly killed him right then and there. I drew my sword and rushed to his side, standing to see the enemy. But what came from the dark was not a beast, but a voice. He knew things about me, about my family, secrets I had never told another. He said that if I kept his confidence, Sir Joliat and I would be spared. But if I defied him, everyone I loved would suffer an unimaginable horror before they died. When at last I agreed to his terms, the man came forward. His robes marked him as an Inquisitor, but I knew him to be false. Together we carried Sir Jolat to the infirmary, and on his first night in Reborn front, Inquisitor Guilherme was hailed as a hero. Soon after came the accusations. Countless men and women of good moral standings seized was in possession of draconian rosaries. As I feared, he was condemning the innocent to death. I wanted to confess to Lord Drillamon, wanted to put an end to the madness. But then I remembered the Inquisitor's threats, and so I did nothing. until Lord Francis was accused. Some time ago, I followed the Inquisitor and found that he kept draconian rosaries in the chest hidden southeast of Reborn front. So I took several from his chest and planted them in shipments bound for Skyfire locks, as I hoped they would discover and consider evidence of a conspiracy against House Hallenhart, thus exonerating Lord Francis and casting doubt on the other recent trials. And that is the entire truth, I swear. Her alone forgave me for not acting sooner. So she was the one that did it. You were the one that did it, huh? She was the one that planted them. Why do you persist in this folly? I will not grant you the access to the stone Vigil. Do not make me repeat myself. There had better be a good very explanation for why you were carrying these rosaries, and where did you find this papal encyclical? For it takes me. The Inquisitor is a heretic. Never before have I heard such an unbelievable tale. But this evidence and your testimony could have no further explanation. I have misjudged you and your friends, Ryuk, and for that I deeply apologize. I will permit you to enter the outpost, but first I must need beg your assistance. Help me and my knights bring this infernal impostor to justice. That thrice-damned heretic has murdered countless innocents and made a mockery of our laws. Hells take him and his Javanian allies. I am told he makes for Snow Cloak even now, intending to pass judgment upon yet another poor soul whom he has branded heretic. If we hurry, there may still be time to prevent further tragedy. Lend me your strength, Ryuk. Together, let's put an end to this impostor's heresy once and for all. Oops. I need to go this way. Wait, no, this way. Here we go. Good to have you with us, sir. When Lord Guillemot arrives, we are here to confront the Inquisitor. If he refuses to go quietly, we will need to use force. Are you prepared for that eventuality? You needn't tremble so, my child. The righteous shall enjoy everlasting peace in Halone's halls. Only the wicked... But why? Why must I die? By that is holy, I swear to you that I have never questioned the teachings of Halone. Inquisitor, release the maid and come with us. My Lord Guillemot, what is the meaning of this interruption? You are aware that I am present conducting an interrogation, are you not? Silence, villain. I named 3 heretics, murdered an Inquisitor, Golome, and countless innocents. You are a traitor to Isgard, to your own kith and kin. Your sins are beyond measure, beyond redemption. Grave allegations, indeed. But you will find your logic is flawed. How can I betray that which I owe no allegiance? No, Lord Jullimont, my conscience is quite clear, I assure you. I wonder, can you say the same? You whose hands are black with the blood of those whose only sin was to question your nation's crazed crusade. You speak to me of an Asgardian innocence. Ha! All are complicit in these crimes, for all lives their lives by the Archbishop's lies. But I know you will not hear me, deafened by dogma as you are. If you desire retribution, Lord Jullimont, then come. Let us see how Asgardian still fares against Ravanian fang and claw. There we go. What? He died right as I was about to beat it. Really? Man, I'll tell you, for Lord Jullimont being a lord, he sure is weak. Like, seriously. For him being a lord, he is very weak. I didn't realize his health was that low already. That's dumb. We already know this. We're not gonna waste our time with that nonsense. That was a fluke. That was a fluke loss. Like, seriously, should have definitely easily won that. Look at his health on. Look at his health. Alright. My grammars dispelled. Your plans lie in ruin, heretic. Choose your words wisely, for they will be your last. You may not recall the many Iscardians I have sentenced, but the families of the dead will never forget. Blood has been repaid with blood, and for that I am content. My only regret is that you yet live. But your end is nigh, foreigner. The dragons within the stone vigil will rend you asunder, and when you are dead, Whiteburn front shall fall. Ugh. Defiant to the last. Leave the body for the crows. His ilk deserves not better. Ryuk, I must apologize for involving you in this sordid business. You should never have been asked to intervene in Iscardian affairs of state. Rest assured, I have not forgotten the matter which first brought you into our midst. It is past time that you were reunited with your airship, but this is not the place to discuss such matters. Pray visit me at the Whiteburn front and bring your associates. Oh, come on. Goodbye. I've already fought a lot at the moment. Alright. Where have you been, Ryuk? The false Inquisitor has been slain. Has he? Yes. Well, his was a tale always like an end in bloodshed. Though you have overcome the latest in a long line of unfortunate impediments, I would ask you not to reveal in your victory just yet. We can celebrate once we have secured the Enterprise. As I am sure you will agree, it is past time we enter the Stone Vigil. Pay Lord Gillamont a visit and remind him of his obligation to us. Sid and I will follow anon. Alright, time to go to the Stone Vigil. after we talk to Lamont. We owe you all a great debt of gratitude. Had it not been for you, the heretic masquerading as Inquisitor Gourmet would still be among us, free to prey upon the innocent. I see now that I was a fool to dismiss your claims out of hand, but you must understand it seemed too much to hope that the signs of the Seventh Dawn still lived, to say nothing of Master Garland. Never have I been happier to be proven wrong. Well, it is gratifying to know that someone has derived a measure of enjoyment from your error. Now, if you have no further objections, we would appreciate it if you would permit us to enter the Stone Vigil and retrieve our airship. Yes, of course. It is the very least I can do, given all that you have done for us. But entering the outpost is the least of your concerns, I fear. You speak of the Jovanians that now hold the ruin? The airship had been seized by the soldiers garrisoned at the Stone Vigil in the days following the calamity. As far as we have been able to ascertain, it was just that it has not been removed in the intervening years. For far too long, the ruin has served as a Dravadian foothold in Porthos, from which they have struck out at us with depressing regularity. Though we have pushed them back behind the walls, we have as yet been unable to drive them out. I cannot say when the situation will change, or how it will change. Forgive me, Lord Lamont, but there is no guarantee that you will prevail. In any event, we have not the time to wait. We will secure our property without Asgardian aid. I see, but that may be for the best. I will inform Sir Nathlin of your impending visit. May Halon guide you, Scions. Alright, let's go to Stone Vigil. All the way over there in that big building. That's the Stone Vigil right there. Hail, Ryuk. Lord Lamont has apprised me of the situation. You may enter the Stone Vigil whensoever you will. And here it is. And guys, that will be it for this one. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like content videos, and I will see you all in the next one.